Hi, I'm Christina Barnes, and this is my media presentation for my magazine Mashup. This is my front cover. As you can see, I've labelled all the different parts of it. The masthead being Mashup, the lead article, which is Nice, Under the Skin, the skyline, which is at the bottom about the Brit Awards, and then there's a flash, price, website, issue date, and then the main image, which is of myself. This is the contents page. As you can see, I've done the same by labelling all the different sections. The masthead is continued through most of the magazine so that they can identify the magazine throughout. And then you've also got obviously the page heading, which is the contents, and then you've got the features, regulars and extras, and then another main image and a pull quote from the artist. This is my double page spread. The masthead again is in the top left corner, and then there's 4 featured images this time, and then the article heading is at the bottom, and then my article goes down that side, and then the artist logo is repeated 3 times so it sticks in the audience's mind. Ways in which my media magazine develops forms and conventions. One way it does this is through the masthead. A masthead allows the reader to recognise and relate to the magazine on purchase and perhaps repurchase, thus making a masthead a critical aspect of the magazine. I wanted my masthead to evoke rawness, attitude and flair as to attract my target audience. This is because from research they are some of the aspects or personality traits that my target audience carry, and by having a masthead that portrays these, they are immediately attracted and can personally identify with the magazine. Another way I stuck to the conventions is through the main image. It attracts the reader as, again, the reader can personally identify with the featured artist and relate to how they appear, portray themselves and what they value and aspire to be like. With my main image, I wanted to follow the house style of the magazine and keep it raw, much like the masthead. The artist shows she has attitude from her pose and facial expression and is striking on the page because of this. This shows the reader that she is the main focus, and this could persuade them to find out why and for what reason, or just so they can gain more of an understanding of her. Another way I did this was through the content. Every magazine has a content to it, be this features, extras and or regulars. I decided to include all these aspects within my magazine, as I found this is what most other successful magazines do. This shows that my magazine has a professional feel about it and can compete successfully with all those already on the market. Moreover, it also entices the reader to buy the magazine because with all the different areas it covers, there will be at least one aspect that they can relate to. Ways in which my magazine challenges media codes and conventions. A skyline is usually at the top of the page and offers additional information to the reader about topics which directly relate to each issue. With my magazine, I chose to have that should be my skyline at the bottom of the page, as I felt it suited the rest of the front cover better, the simplistic look, and because it could get my magazine noticed for this direct challenge of the coded convention. Contents layout. Usually contents have 1 page, but I decided to have 2, as I feel like it's more easy for the reader to be able to relate to the magazine instead of getting lost within all the information. And I wanted to keep the poster style thrown through the magazine, as this is like my USP for the magazine being a poster style. And and then obviously the poster style is another way that I challenge the codes and conventions, as most media magazines, or the mainstream ones, are like poster style, which is quite different. How I represent different social groups. The main way one magazine represents a particular social group is through the artist's niche. This is done through my article, lead images and the overall appearance and how the artist is represented. My article portrays to the reader that Nice is just like them, but famous, thus meaning that the reader can more easily personally identify with her and feel as though they are accepted by her. Moreover, by the fact that she's famous, it also means that they can aspire to be like her. This means that they can further relate to her for the things that she offers and that are different from their lives, which they wish to have. Also, the tone she is talking in is the same as which is a frank conversation. This game makes the reader feel settled within the magazine and reinforces the fact she's still just like them and is interested in the same things. She provokes a raw, edgy attitude which directly relates to their values and aspirations of the social group, alternative or more commonly known indie. With these strong similarities between the artist and the target audience, the reader is persuaded to view the magazine vicariously. And these are some of from my research I did, these are some of the main like other artists that they liked, and then their like album covers. What kind of media institution might distribute your magazine and why? I choose Brio Media because it already distributes similar magazines to mine, which are Kerrang and Q. Although they're more mainstream than mine, they're like similar features and similar style. Another reason is because they do have magazines that are similar, but there is a gap in the market for a poster style magazine such as Mashup. Moreover, Mashup also includes features such as fashion, which other stereotypical music magazines may not have. This means that my magazine could ultimately attract a larger audience. And another reason is because it's a UK-based company, and by having a UK-based magazine, it would emphasise this. My audience for my target audience, my audience for my magazine. These are some of the images that I found from previous work about my target audience, and a lot of it is featured around like music and like different forms of technology and fashion and stuff, and I tried to incorporate these all within my magazine. That's why I featured fashion, because it's another main thing which they like. And overall I found that my target audience was young, fashionable and quite up to date with what's going on. I addressed my target audience through advertising my magazine in the correct genre that my target audience can relate to, which is alternative or indie. Maintaining a constant relation to the music throughout the magazine, a very high value of my target audience. Using an image that portrays certain stereotypical emotions of the target audience, including features that they value and can relate to, such as fashion and gigs, etc. Offering an artist who they can aspire to be like and personally identify with. Allowing aspects of my magazine to appeal to my target audience in terms of their aspirations, such as the artist, because they may want to be that in the future. Maintaining a constant house style throughout, created around my target audience, which allows them to feel comfortable and not get lost within the magazine, and offering my magazine as a poster style, which is again unique from many others. And these are just some examples from my survey that I did on SurveyMonkey about like their response, and obviously that one's was one of the main things I wanted to include. Is everybody said that they enjoyed gigs and festivals.
This is the survey you did to attract the audience prior to the production of your magazine.
Okay, with the technologies, I chose to talk about media technologies rather than like Photoshop. And over the years, it's been changing, and it's been becoming more difficult for the more old-fashioned forms of media to actually get recognised anymore. But ways they could do this is allow readers to order the magazine online, so it's delivered directly to them, which offers ease and then they could offer their magazine as a download, which they could have to subscribe for and be a part of their website, which obviously means they're still attracting their target audience. Or adding to the original USP of the magazine so that it has something different from all the other ones out on the market. One of the problems is that podcasts are now allowing people to talk about hot topics rather than find out about them through like solid forms of media such as magazines. It allows them to have discussions around them, and this again emphasises the difficulties that magazines are facing, as this is all free and magazines aren't. I feel I've learned throughout this progression of my product how to use Photoshop in a more visually interesting way and create different outcomes depending on the task given. Planning is important. Without flat plans, I would have found it incredibly difficult to even start to create my magazine, and it also helped in seeing what is successful and what isn't. Targeting your audience correctly is vital. You need to show you understand your audience and all of their wants and needs that they have. Research, background information on the successes and failures of similar media products such as CDs or magazines can help you in creating your product. Feedback helps you see what's wrong with your magazine and allows you to make improvements on it, and that your first attempt doesn't have to be perfect, because there's always time for you to improve your work. And that's it.